Yes, I and I is getting ready to do a live interview with one of our loyal soldier out of Chicago by the name of Pharaoh, who I recognize as one of our vanguard in the US. Someone that have been holding up this strad for nearly over 40 years and going. Today we'll be chopping it up like it have never been chopped up before. Yes, we will be addressing our shortcoming, our long coming, and our future coming. As it is today, things have get where we now have to, the whole world have tap on the reset button while I and I still playing around and lacking a better word, make believing that there's a struggle. One of the reasons why we have been stand still and stuck, not going forward or backward, is because we are in denial. We are in denial of ourselves and what we is about or should be about. So today, I and I will be straightening out a lot of misconception that is causing the the movement or the nation of Rastafari, let's in a better word, to be at standstill today. So we are just waiting now for the king to get involved and get this side of things set up. I, Jaboni, have been looking forward to this reasoning with the good brother. I have recognized, I have been following this brother. Funny, I must tell the world how uh, right, I and I uh, I is trying to find the link where and I can go live now. Because I'm actually live, but I'm not seeing the good brother. So let me see. Let me send a wave to the brother. Right. And I got live now with the king. I like how it's so when I say the king, King Pharaoh. Yeah. And I didn't know of King Pharaoh. So and I look forward to talk to the king. He's the king in the US. Yeah. Ramesses is the king. So without any misconception, Ramesses is a free one like I said. So we're gonna chop it up freely. We the free movement. And we say when I gone away. And we say when I run away. So without any ado and delay, it's not I control these platforms. And I am still learning to use this platform. But as you all know, we're all in control and Babylon of the thing. So I'm hopefully that we can get through to within our time here. So let me just do one.
United States, and he now currently lives in England. So he's international. He's also lived in Africa, South Africa, for a while. So he has a lot of knowledge. He has a lot to say. And there he goes there. He has joined the live. And so, and there he is.
1 minute. Let me see if my camera is on there. My camera is showing the back way. Let me turn it around.
All right, Bridget.
Let me just. Oh, yeah. There we go.
There you go. Salute my general.
Respect and
Hey,
love.
I've been wanting this interview bad, Bridget,
Well,
because I want the people to see the exchange between the eye and the eye. And you being one of my elders, there's a lot of information I don't know, but you got the information. So everybody, greetings, greet the great Jabani, General Jabani,
respect and love.
Ambassador.
Respect and love for the black world. Yes, I have
Yes,
people that
yes,
be
Brett.
black. We're talking to the
Yes,
black world. So let's set some parameters here now, King.
all right.
I ain't have a reason. I would not have a reason about the Bible.
That's right.
I would not have a reason about what God.
That's right.
We have a reason about Rasta as a revolutionary movement.
That's right.
And the first thing I want you, how you approach me, because that's how you get your strength. Approach me like you meet me at the prison yard.
Yeah, brother.
So so there is certain things, there's
Yes.
certain things we're not going to reveal because with the generation gap that we are dealing with now, these people are very fragile, and most of them grow with their mother. So these boys don't have any manhood in them. Yeah. Most of these boys was raised by so-called strong black woman. I don't know what that is, but the woman raised them and them proud to tell it that their mother raised them. Yeah, so we are going to see things different because I know my mother raised me. My father raised me. So it's a father thing me the part. Not that you know respect mother, sisters, daughters, but most of these young boys, them into them feelings and them feelings lead them. So for me, I've been waiting for this from the. Is a prisoner telling about you know when I'm a prisoner breaking them feed a lion. Yeah, I want a prisoner breaking in the 27-year prison, and him first send me your link, and the links them were in the send me are the two first piece where they do on Rasta. Yeah, we have burn out some boy. So you have to know when you have burn out some boy, you have my generation have you under observation, and I know that the truth, guy, come forward because one of my favorite quotes is it's so real when you say. Because when you say it, people when I know where this thing come from, take offense. But the I say that to we that are the reality that when we connect to the eye, when the eye say the eye walk in at the club with 2 yard man and see some Trini brethren and go heal them. And the man them ask you, where you heal them, Trini boy them. Yeah, that resonates in my head. So part of the thing now, what them I like now, them I like, oh, may I agree with a lot of the negative things where I come out of the eye mouth, out of Meachy mouth, out of Tariq mouth, out of Jason mouth. When I hear these things, it don't apply to I. Simple. I can't take these things personal because I know it's factual. And that's where them having problem now, because I supposed to be one of them. So by me I say the I them right, they are seeing it now that I'm taking side with the Yankee. With your mindset, oh, a black man, I'm going to be a Yankee. You know anything about America? You over. So, to just set the foundation, I just want to show you a couple of books to just make the eye overstand the level. You see that book here? It is Black in Selma, Alabama. That's where the whole thing starts to march and come after the bus to the whole Rosie Park. Right? So I know everything about Selma right in this book. And I have this book, I tell you, I have this book, Sarah. Look, you see the red, you see the black, it's Rockers Island stamp. That Rockers Island stamp. So I have this book from 1980, 81, when I and I take over Rockers Island. Yeah, me and my team take that. And we take that. The Jamaica government have to come in to negotiate with I and I, me a catch. Me a catch. And the governor come and watch. And the Abuna of the Ethiopian World Federation in the Western atmosphere came in. And out of that, riot or so-called take over. When we negotiate and get them back to jail, one of our demands was books. I also get the Kibanegos, the last books of the Bible. All those books, I took them away. You know, man, movement and travel, them books to get, far along the way. Now, the next book, yeah, that is Soldier Brothers.
Mm.
We have studied Soldier Brothers from 1971. That is out at the time I get captured. Enough time I get captured enough here.
Mm.
This is how the game. We don't get arrested, we get captured.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we get captured again early out. And while we're there, them build a special prison again here and I in Jamaica, prison name. NCB.
Mm.
That's a prison within a prison. In that prison, when I man was there, I think I was around 15-year-old or 14-year-old. So I'm a bad juvenile. So it's 59 cells in that jail. So it's Jamaica, top of the top. Road, youth, juvenile, delinquent. And we was out in that. So while we were there, this one, death row, was I, was the mealman to everybody on death row. And then you have a place called Gibraltar for the maximum security escapade them. While I was at NCB for to deter us, so we are juvenile and them want with like change ways. It was I and I them used to clean the jealous yard. So before them hang you end up, you spend 2 weeks in the death house. So you sit down in the death cell. That's when them start your special food. The same thing will go in America, but I tell about the Jamaica setting. And them use you like I and I know to clean that yard. So if 3 man there in the death cell them, for the last 2 weeks, never brethren a Rasta man named Glenford Pusey, them call him Dillinger. Because you have to know, say, the American history take our people right now in denial that, and this is the next thing too, we are in denial of our own self. The American history take all, everything that the item do. Influence I and I down there. Now we are trying to say we influence or not. I'm not buying that. Because so come name badass. The name badass, one of my elder by the name of Penko, which is a Rasta man. He was involved into the negotiation of tearing down back a wall. Him name I, it's the Dirty Dozen with Lee Marvin. Lee Marvin is also known as our Mouth. So then give me that name. Then we take a next name. The Wild Bunch movie. There was a group of I and I known as the Park Heights, which is any man with ear name Heights is a revolutionary Rasta. So you have Heights for the whole our name. So whether you are GLP or you are PMP, family is a heights. It's a different neutral thing. So, yeah, this height, Lanite, Southite, Firehouse height, it's a thing that outside of the politics for one, that Rasta thing always bind us together. So you find while we are there in Jamaica, you have Rasta there. Then I deal with politics, which is the elders them. My father, Martin Moplana, is a politician. But nobody not tell us him a politician. I and I know that. He was not a priest. He was a teacher. And in the end, he becomes a lecturer. But the divide and rule program is that when the government took him from Scotch Park and took him to university and make him a lecturer, that was a controlling aspect of it. Because now he couldn't speak again like he used to speak before. And he couldn't do nothing like him used to do it before. At the time when they do that to him, I'm in the field in South Africa. South Africa sent I from Jamaica because I'm in South Africa, straight from Africa to South Africa. The reason why I had to make that trad is that when I get captured, I was just a young Rasta youth. I was around 25. But very zealous, like any of them used to know. That's why I can relate to them. Very zealous, very want this movement to move. And because of my nature of being properly vet and trained and brutalized, living a dumb cell. So I'm living a dumb cell from me around 12, 15, me I go in a dumb cell. You know what a dumb cell is? You know what a dumb cell is? A dumb cell is a cell where you don't see no sun or see no light. In a dumb cell, them sentence you so while you're bad in the prison, like in America, them call it the shoe or special unit. But in Jamaica, them call it the dumb cell. So depends on what you do, you get sentenced to dumb cell. You get a thing called 21 day storabout. You get 21 day bread and water. 21 day storabout. So the first 2 days you get bread and water, twice a day. Bread and water. That's your meal for the day. Then them alternative storabout is fresh corn meal and piece of yam and salt. So I'm going to tell them as well trained from discipline because these things supposed to be punishment, but it's also discipline you. When I was a youth coming up in this thing, no Rasta, no police, I not go tell no lie, no police never abused me on the street. So I have gun. Yeah, and it's draw gun and fire. But sometimes them capture you and hold you. When me little, I show you how me becomes home is today. When me little, there was one time, I think I was around 14, and the police them will come off a mission, and them all one of my brethren, Rasta youth though, but them soft. I know some man soft. Yeah. So them beat him, and him tell them if you come find me, and them come for me. But when them come for me, and I really me them did want, them want me to tell them upon you. So them carry me, and I tell a Pharaoh. A big, them put me for lie down on my belly. And a big fat boy sit down in my spine and lift up my left foot. And a neck boy with a 10-pound sledgehammer. I beat me with it under my foot. Extra information. And you know, say, I bear it, I never talk. Yeah. So these, all right, put it this way. But tired for go get captured. Because you see, one night time I get captured like all 3 times a week. But how me get captured now, you have to know. I never really get captured for not me do yet. Because back in those times, you get captured and it's more to extract information from you to the real person. And sometimes if you don't give up the information, you end up being charged for the crime. And because you're the real soldier, you zip up. And once you zip up, the element of the bad land protect you. So right now, I'm protective species. You have to know these things. Stick up the world right now. The world gets stick up. And I have Moroccan citizenship, I have Jamaica citizenship, I have British citizenship, I have Zimbabwe citizenship, and I have South Africa citizenship. So what up, them can't do me nothing right now. So
now let me ask you something. What year were you born?
1954.
Wow. And were you born a Rasta?
Yes.
Were your parents Rasta?
Both parents Rastafari.
Wow. Now
them come from Kumina to Rasta. Kumina.
So were you there at the event when His Majesty came to Jamaica?
Definitely.
What was that like? What?
All right. It's the people hear that the king come, and them think that it was just something that the king just come. But prior to the king come, Bongo Watto call all night, all island, ground nation. So, for the record, the whole history of Rastafari nation, as far as I know it, is in Bakawal, West Kingston. I don't know it from nothing in no hills. I don't know about no hills, Strad. I never go in no hills until after me come from foreign to visit Jamaica. That's when me go know hills. So, me don't want no man come to me now with no hills talk. I mean, me no hills, me a city Rasta from Bakawal. No. I said that to say this. When the king come into Jamaica, Bongo what to call a full-scale ground nation at his yard or camp. At the time, his camp was on Bottom 9th Street. So all functioning Rasta, name them, on the island. gathered at Bongo Water Yard, Trenchtown. It's 7 days. So we are there for 7 days, holding bingy, chanting, doing all these things for the preparation. In those days, when we move, the call is all road lead. So the all road call was from 9th Street. From 9th Street, the procession took off to the Palisades. I personally was on the truck with I old man and that whole elder team. Those were the representative at the time on that truck.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have Count ASEAN, Ras Michael, and the Sons of Vegas, and 2 other TM trailer truck behind us playing the music. When I get to the airport, we mass because at the time it wasn't like now. In those days, the airport didn't build the way it is. So it was like the fence. So the delegation that I am in was able to have access to the airway. Because in those times you come off of the plane, them put some a set of steps up by the plane, you come off and you walk. So that crowd where you see that was under the plane wing, they were supposed to be up on the gallery. Because there was a gallery. They were supposed to be up on the gallery or outside of the airport. But because them time the fence was bag wire, Rasta just jumped so everybody just so that's where the disorderly start from.
Mm.
It's not we push the place down or we not take over the place. We just jump the fence because it's just like a goat fence. It wasn't a real security fence. So everybody just jump the fence. So when the plane land with the king, a bit of rainfall, yeah, you know, them kind of rain. Because we see them rain there all the time. So to me, the rain was no special rain. I one of them normal Jamaica rain where rain just come down sudden. Bam! And then the sky dry up, sunshine again. I'm sure you see those rain sometime in Chicago.
Yeah.
It's like instant, rain just start fall, and then it stops sudden, sun come back out. One of them rain there. So when the plane come, I think the plane come from the direction it appear. But to which part we there? It like it a come from, it now come from east, it a come from west, but southwest in the sky. So the plane come down. So when the plane come down, because there was no perimeter, when the plane stop, the crowd merge under the plane. So there is no way to come down. Man, did I lick chalice, man, you know. At the time, the belief was that our God is here. Not I and I, but somehow, I think that God thing there, Rastaman, as me know it, because me used to go a bingy to make the record straight. Me used to go a bingy fair where it's like you go a nursery, you go a bingy where in the day, little kids are weed upon the harps, are we do all the thing. If me chant one of them chant if I'm back them time, the place weak. Yeah. Because when me and God bingy, listen what we are sing now. Wonder where the white man them no go where. Me want go home and me yard. Wonder where the white man them no go where. Me want go home on me yard. Burn them out till I see burn them out. Burn them out of Ethiopia land. That me grow up a play Ketepan. Man come from Buzzwalk, there was a chant we say, Iron, Iron. No light in a Zion, there will no light there. No night in a Zion, there will no light there. I no need no candle light. And then you have a next chant we say, I think I know that same chant, they did a verse we say, I tell all the Gentile who come from front of wall, can't sight lightning thunder roll. What a horrible roll. So I come from Boswa.
Hey, now what about the one? Everything Rastafari do, the white boy a follow.
Yeah, man, all them chant there, but you see, me I tell you listen, when, you see, yeah, you see, and you know, starting up it up, guys, you see, you like you know more than me. That me say, me show you how you know. See, guys, you hear what no fear. In a them time there, when me I go, no black man never have no power. Yeah. So that's why me start my chronicle from me coming on earth. I know about the former coming on earth.
Mm-hmm.
That is history. But now, what we are talking about now, Sarah, is how I was raised and framed in this movement.
Okay, but now go back to the plane. Tell us what happened, when His Majesty came off the plane and all that history.
Right,
What was that like?
right. When, first of all, plane door open and the king come and look. When the king come and look, you'd have to see the era's vision of what the king said. The king supposed to have come to an island. So, me I tell you when me did it and where the king sit.
Mm-hmm.
Remember now, down as far as the eye can see downstairs is Rasta man, Rasta woman, Rasta picnic. And you have to overstand now this is Jamaica. So you have man down there, only named Bar Chunk alone. Do you understand the vision of me again now? Man down there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, him no want them stone him no come naked. So the man them look. So the man them look. Every man come out. Every Rasta man come out. All man we know come out, come out. So you have to envision now the man them come as them is. So like say Rasta go put a suit and tie and get.
Mm-hmm.
No. Rasta just turn up. So I don't know if the king was prepared to see a welcome like that. But the king go back and shock and go back to the plane. At the time, our prime minister at the time was a man called Donald Sangster. Him just did recently take over because I think Buster did just dead or one of them did just either Shearer, one of them did just dead. I don't remember. But he never did it for long. And him dead after too. But him is who tell the king that the people out here is saying that Isle is our God has come.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, that is what get them use for them promotional program to this start the thing to where they know. Because honestly speaking, I don't know what was said to the king in the plane. I don't know what transpired on certain level.
Mm-hmm.
Those information is not privileged to hide. So there is, what I go speak of now is the king called for the old man go up there, get the place in order, and
Mm-hmm.
then we leave the airport. I think them leave the airport and go to the national stadium. But by that time, you have enough of it. I'm sure that by that time, you have enough of it. Me and my team have enough of it. Cause them other talk business. We know in that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have to know some man in a talk and a whole heap of talk. Man gone back now. Man see the king and man gone back from them and literally and glorify and you know, build
Mm-hmm.
upon where we sit. So where
Mm-hmm.
we see we are deal with now. We not talk about the king journey and where the king do. Because after the king come, a desert, our thing take a different turn. Prior to the king come, Rastafari was one movement, well organized. So all
Mm-hmm.
this thing where the king has to go organize and centralize. Me not buying of that. So I just tell us the Park Heights, the Rima Heights, every heights. Up until today, we still organized. That's why I hear that some can say, don't come talk to me if you don't know nothing about this. You have people out there. Cause we talk every day still like how we are talking. I'm a virgin them
Mm-hmm.
talk. And you see what me I do? I become is always a upfront, yo. You have my virgin them when know what me I do. I tell you, one of my virgin when I get captured with, me show you. Serious Rasta yo, bingo yo. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I remember, just go back with them, but I'm going to show you the difference. Not try to establish now from when we start check with the movement I go.
Okay, let me ask you one thing. When Rasta split up, how many different houses? Do you know the names of all the different houses?
Yeah, man. When
Name
tell you, Rasta never split up.
them.
Rasta never split up. Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Rasta never split up. I'm gonna tell you what happened now. Rasta going a denial of itself
Mm.
and turn upon itself.
Mm.
No split never go on. No split couldn't go on. Rasta start hustle itself.
Mm.
That's what happened. Rasta start hustle itself. Because as I showed you before, prior to the king come, a one Rasta, you better. And on a whole heap of Rasta. The king come. Other birds will tell you, say the king a Christian. These are things that I and I. We don't need no guy to tell me these things and we not me show you something now. Because when a guy
Mm.
talk to me like, Jabi, boy, come like the higher renounce. No, me not renounce nothing, like Rasta. But I'm going
Mm.
to tell you now, where happened this up. After the king come, prior to the king come, come I tell you what, something happened. When them now, no boy not sing about it. Something happened in a Jamaica. Something happened before you start hear about Rasta. Go back to the history and you will see the first time you hear about Rasta. Really. I and I Rasta, so we know different. But the first time the world I hear about Rasta is through the revolution connection.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Rasta man named Cladus Henry. You know anything about him?
Not much.
All right. It's Cladus Henry. I could step it forward before Cladus Henry. So I could go to Maroon. That's why I tell you something on one or two far back. You see the
No, that's
Maroon?
good. We need that history. Break
Yeah.
it down.
You see the Maroon?
Mm-hmm.
The Maroon are the first sector traitors. Today, them publicly still ask the Queen to honor for them deal where they make with the Queen. Now, when you call them traitor, you get bogged down in some of them was traitor. So you get bogged down in where they are going to say St. Thomas Maroon, a different Maroon from Westmoreland Maroon.
Mm-hmm.
But a Maroon them name, so them a traitor. I don't know no difference. You're a Maroon, you're a traitor. So I deal with it. I don't know no good Maroon. Yeah? So now, Rasta did it. But to get the highlight of Rasta now is a Rasta man we come from America. You hear me say? It's a Rasta man we come out of Harlem. So it's a yard man we go America and go Harlem and go get cotton to what's happening. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And get cotton to what's happening. So him now come forward at Jamaica with a reverend, them call him the Reverend Henry. Theme history, them silent theme history. You're not going to hear no Rasta man talk about theme history. That's where the whole program, that's him is who make we get freedom. So-called independent. Him, Cladus Henry. Here with Cladus Henry, when him left Harlem and come forward a yard. In farming one church and renowned Poor Paul and his followers and everything. Now, when him farm Theme Church, when him do, him go revolution style. Him send for him son from America. And him son come in with a team with arms. Yeah? And them decide say, them are going to take Jamaica. That Jamaica can be taken. When me leave and me my team leave Jamaica, we know so we could have take that. But our thing was to protect Africa. See? And that's my mind there. But we soon get up. So now, his son coming with a team. And the first thing him start is weed out them from amongst us. So him strictly black. So all some black whenever two I stand with the thing. Him be with him. Harass name Thunder. Him tell them the Thunder no roll no more and then find Thunder head. Somewhere like a Bilberry. I'm gonna show you the real history. So now film team will come in now. Strike for them time they don't have Jamaica police right about now. Them strike on the Royal Police for their Jamaica. And slap with four of them. You know where the man them do. When them raid the man them camp, them find the camp armed to the teeth. Him and him wife, and I think around 14 of them, include them son, get charged for treason. Right? And I think him son and two of them hang. So the man them dead for this movement. You see that strike where Henry strike, it frightened Britain. That strike frightened Britain into, it frightened Britain and it frightened all the scholars them up at university. Yeah, because them realize now that Rasta got take Jamaica from who to get take from. Because them time it wasn't, Rasta never get take from us, because we never have it. A free, we're going to free ourselves now properly. Anyway, I put together a team to free Jamaica, Rasta. Now, when them lock up Emery and them team, that's when them send out now the first fact-finding mission. The mission they go in 5 different countries, including Ethiopia. When the mission come forward, them submit 2 reports. Them submit a report by Rasta that was drafted by Rasta, and then submit the scholars them report. Right. From 1962 until now, I know nobody no know where in a them to report. You hear me? From that time till now, nobody no know where in a them to report. So because nobody no know where in a them to report, the only man Rasta have to address when the report now is Sam Clayton, Agaranga, them 2 man there are 2 Warwick Hill man. So I show you the strength of the movement now. Now make the man not come tell about no Hill business. We are talking about the 2 man them go, the 3 man them go deal with the king of Ethiopia before him come a yard. It's to say them, my old man, invite His Majesty to come sit where we at. Now, the 2 reports with the man them filed with the government at the time. Up until today, from 1962 until now, 2022, I don't know what in none of the report them. Are you following the teaching now and how it becomes now? We build it. Because that me tell the world now. We build it. Some man get confused enough for them understanding from them West Poland. Because church, them are doing something different. Politics we are run now with the movement. In a back a wall. Even though them lick down back a wall never drop down. Because them never lick we down. Where them lick down? The building. Are you following?
Yeah.
Are the building them lick down here? They never lick down right. So
Now what happened that caused, how did you end up with 12 Tribe of Israel, or Boshanti, Nyabengi, and name them? How many, some people don't know, name all of the different groups. How many different houses are there? Could you name them?
Right. And last counting. 4 minutes. Planner tell me, say, Bonnie, as they go along, Planner tell me, say, so my first I tell you what Planner tell me, then when me I tell you, when me know. Planner tell me, say, Bonnie, keep it and so me sell out. Yeah. And he might tell them, say, this thing cannot be sold. Because nobody no want this thing to buy. And if it's to speak the truth, you're not going to say me sell out. Then we go sell out. That my old man tell them, my old man is who invite His Majesty. But my old man also tell I, and him tell we things. Him tell you, for instance, when him go a Sierra Leone, where him say was worse than Bakawal.
Mm.
You hear me say, look, while? I tell you how we build this thing, I know. Him say, the places them where him say, worse than Trench Town.
Mm.
And him ask, I, would we want to leave where we are to go live in Sierra Leone? Him never tell you, him just tell you when fine. Him say, I tired for telling you what I find, but what I am telling you, that's not what you want to hear. Do you understand now? The man that give them the facts, but because of the emotional side of it, and it's Africa where we come from, and everything there Africa, we supposed to just want to go back there because everything there. So when planner, I tell them when we go see compared to where we are, it costs people start. So we're going straight political now because we know what we know. My generation now. We know what we know. So when after the king now, I'm telling you how the breaking now. Everything was one. The first thing the king do, which was a mistake, but him do it craftily. Craftily. I think the king, I tell you what me think. Somebody used the king for influence the king for things that we're done. And we're not say. Don't I jam one there. Because why would the king, out of everything else in the world, send a school come give it? No, first him send a church come give it. A church him send for us come give it, you know. And that caused the problem, you know. The king sent a church come give me. The day when the church had introduced itself, I was there. Abakawal in Ebenezer churchyard, I did there. I did it with Planner, Watto, Bongo Eddie, Jalide, Sam Brown, Historian, Wolf, name them. They were there. It was prior to that, it was one Rasta. Now, when the Abuna come in the church, man, in the churchyard, I literally, I in the place over there, you know. We're in our place. So our place, unruly. The unruliness thing, don't want to see a go on down a garden. A something where only certain people can address that. Because out of anywhere else in Jamaica, Pharaoh, it's the West Kingston and Warwick people, they are very patriotic and traditional. Why do you think I am the way I am today? I'm a traditional person. Death before the sun. Death before the sun. I don't give a fuck who no life for me. I say. Tell about my trad. My trad is who set the movement. This is where, you see, when the first thing the Abuna tell me, the Abuna say, we cannot worship highly high in the church. Because this church is who crown him. And this church, including him, worship Jesus Christ. Do you see the conflict there?
Mm-hmm.
I instant burn the church.
Right.
So the church get burned from, the church that get burned for a long time, but the church get burned out in a Rasta. It get burned out through black and white. And the church I work with Jesus, which is white. So the church gone. So the church not in a Rasta again. I will burn it out. But what the man them do now? This, yo, I tell you, the man them do this. You see where Bob Marley do the music. That we have to call it so people can understand it. You see where Bob Marley do with the music.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell you, Bob Marley was utilized twice to bring me down. Yeah, he was utilized twice to bring me down. Tell you how. Bongo Watto, Bongo Edo, Eddie, Solomon Wolf, Jalide, Fox, all of them took the church echoes. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Them took the church echoes. And they all went away and duplicate the church echoes. Only this
Now,
time.
now Bongo Eddie is who? Now.
That's Prince Edward Emmanuel.
Okay. All right.
For
the people that
listen, he was the blackest of all black, you know. He was blacker than I at one
because
stage.
now I ask you that at that time, Bobo Shanti was well respected because they were making shoes.
No, we don't reach that. No, we don't reach that time yet. At that time, there was no Bobo Shanti.
Right.
Yeah, we don't reach Bobo yet. Them can't come chat to me. Them, we don't round this yet.
Right. Got you.
I watch everything farm. That's why me speak how me speak. Me watch everything farm. And everything farm.
So it's not no Bobo yet. It's still just Rasta.
Rasta. That's how me start.
Right. Got you.
So, all right. If we're going to give respect to all the other, listen to this now. If we're going to give respect to all these different components of Rasta, why not now recognize and give I, the vanguard of the movement, the same level of respect that we were part of? That is not, we're not different from it. But what? That's why I say Rasta is in denial of itself. Because it deny each other in the first place. Do you realize that that's why people ask that question over and over? Because it is in denial of itself. Because if you're Bobo, then you're different from a Bingy man or a 12 tribe man. I defend Rastafari as a nation. They're over.
Right.
So when I deal with it now, that's why I can't tell you some of my brethren them a 12 tribe. My brethren them a Bobo. So I have brethren a Bobo up until today.
Mm-hmm.
Now I have brethren a part of everything up until today. I man still is a part of everything. That vibe?
Mm-hmm.
I am still a part of Rastafari as a nation.
Okay, so I jumped ahead. So go back to where you were before everything split up. How did that all begin to transition?
That trend, like I said just now, when we run the church,
mm-hmm.
the man them already have them hand on the documents. I will never just run them instance up.
Mm-hmm.
Like anything else, this is how it is.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say this is how it is, right through the culture, we are the real culture vulture. You know? And I are the real culture vulture. You know? You have to know these things. You know? That's the first, not everything. So you have to know the level where I most Rasta, when I tell you about now, come like a secret. I tell you. We are the wickedest thing in earth. And we're the greatest thing in earth. And we're the goodest thing in earth. You understand? We're balanced.
Mm-hmm.
And I ever balance. The boy I can't say I'm wicked on me. No boy. You see, I'm still a while. And then a badness, me I tell him my mindset. Worse them, me not have no fear for no one, so me not have no fear for them. That's why I'm telling this now. And you see what happened? It's not like there's no more of I and I. Because you hear the doctor, so I and I know carry that fear there. There is a thing like, there's a thing out there where some shift go on where we turn from each other and we not relate to each other again.
Mm-hmm.
As a unit. Guys, see me there?
Mm-hmm.
What was the binding factor in Rastafari? Have gone.
Mm.
Gone. And you know what was that binding factor?
What?
Our skin color, blackness.
There you have it.
Yeah. Yeah, blackness was what made the world sync with I and I. Remember when you're growing up, everything did black. Black and proud. Say it loud. Every nigga is a star.
Mm-hmm.
Everything them show we do it better.
Mm-hmm.
The wickedest movie ever see the movie called Wild Bunch. On the farm with gang take that name. As far type, we are the Wild Bunch. Simple.
Mm-hmm. So what's the exact history when everybody started doing the different little groups?
That becomes a business for the groups. It's a group business. It was not organized business, a group business. So you find 12 tribes now. Since we're not going to the liquor man them thing, they were taught the man them were up there. We're supposed to world global. So remember, you know, Bob joined the 12 tribes.
Right now, how did Gad and that's what I'm trying to get you to explain. How did Gad and Bongo Watto and Mortimer, explain when that split really happened?
Them never split. You know, overstand it. You will never overstand it. Rasta never split.
Okay.
Right
How
now,
did they become?
let me show you how Let me show you how
Mm-hmm.
Muta, Jerry, them did it right now. I listen to you. You're not going to hear them say a word to this. And if them say a word, them going to add a word on it. You have to understand now what I and the higher don't know.
Mm-hmm.
There's no higher authority right now. Can a man not come and I tell you how it's set in a them blackness. That's how every man free to come set in a them blackness. That's why it gone. It never split.
Mm-hmm.
Because when water farm that, it did black.
Mm-hmm.
When Eddie farm that did also black.
Mm-hmm.
Jalai thing black. Wolf thing black. Everything is still black. So it never split.
Okay.
You have to understand now how we able now. Because remember, you know, Rastafari see itself as a nation with its sovereignty. So
Mm-hmm.
A true Rasta man, him no follow no law in a Babylon.
Right.
So I couldn't be a vanguard with the mindset that police can arrest me. Or I'm arrest
Right.
me. I'm free.
Right.
So
Now, what I'm trying to
yeah.
what I'm trying to get out you is the names of all the houses, because I'm trying to learn too. Because I know there's 12 tribes, there's Bobo Shanti, there's Nyabingi,
Now
and what?
listen again, Sarah.
Okay.
You have to know now or your reason, Rasta.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're saying, remember I said this is not supposed to be a Rasta reasoning we're supposed to take it right position globally.
Right.
So this is not a Bobo reasoning or a
Right.
12 tribe reasoning or a
Right.
Nyabingi reasoning. This is the
Right.
reason now what me to tell you, say, treat it like you talk to some man at the yard.
Okay, but this is what I'm trying to get.
Yeah.
By me being and being young.
In the yard, I thought, no, listen to what yard me attack, the prison yard.
Right.
At the yard, me attack.
Well, in the prison yard, you want to know all the groups too.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to find out is the historical names of the groups, because we're not in Jamaica, we don't really know the inside information. So I'm trying to see. I'm not trying to say they separated, but I'm trying to just get the names of what they call themselves to document historically.
Them call
In
themselves. All right.
case I'm missing.
Them, all right. In a Rastafari, the main functioning body or group is the Bingi, the Bobo,
Okay.
the 12 tribe,
Okay.
Judah Coptic.
Mm.
Right. So that's just Bakawal group,
Okay.
which is them is the actually political body.
Okay.
The man them what think now, oh, we frame the thing outside of, because these are the man them now, we come together, where they are like the lawgivers. These set of man them now, we come up with this idea. The idea was to do everything in the king name. Because it's Rastafari.
Right.
So them now, I take it where we now have that authority because we have said the king is who we say him is. So that also becomes now business too. So when it becomes business too, different man decides that them can carry the business this way. That remember saying no, it's like it becomes a proper organization. But it denies that it's an organization. It's in everything, while it denies that it's in everything. Do you understand now? So there is no split. It's just the higher produce music right now.
Right.
But I provide security for who are sing the music. So it's a package.
Right. Got you.
Yeah.
I got it.
Oh, we are get paid. That's not your business.
Right.
Because it becomes, so you find because it becomes a business. You have man who open church night, man who open school, who have that idea to do that. Some man even join the government politics, but no make no changes. We're just like other people, you know. Because you have Peter Phillips, I think he was either prime minister or something, or deputy prime minister of Jamaica, who him was a proper Rasta man, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Him was a 12 tribe Rasta man. Him resigned from politics now. But he never make no change for the movement. Him was all a 12 tribe and he never make no change for 12 tribes. So you're over. So it's just like, that's what I say, we are just like anybody else. We are people.
Right. Now, for the record, I know some of this stuff, but I got younger people watching.
Okay.
So by you being an elder, I'm trying to get you to say stuff so when they watch this, they can get the history and you can explain it clearer than me. So that's why I'm asking certain questions.
And I must apologize to you because you say I'm so overwhelmed to talk to you as my brother that
I got
you know, and when me listen to you, me know so me I talk to you like you wanna I and I. Me not talk to you like you that you're supposed to know these things.
Keep doing it just like that because they need to see that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, you're teaching a younger generation. Some of them is only 20, different ages. So this information that you're giving is real historical information to the people.
Well, thanks for reminding me because even my me have from 50 to 11, you know. So, and but me speak to them that how me speak because it's just normal to me.
No, do
And
it, do it,
it
do it like
becomes
that.
normal to them too.
Don't change up your style. Though.
Yeah.
That's why I got you. Keep it rough. Keep it rough.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, when the music first came in, okay, first thing I want to say is my experience with Jamaicans in America was better than some of the younger people.
It would be.
Why? Because my experience is when it was more of a black hard man. The early Rastas I met didn't really consider themselves Jamaicans. They considered themselves Ethiopians or Africans. So it wasn't a lot of Yankee stuff and stuff like that going on. It was just love. That didn't really start happening until reggae got bigger towards the late 80s. So now, talk about that, like the big change, like because the music was really particle at first, right?
It is, but you see, let me tell you something now. Where go on in our world where it's gone. It's gone. Where we are, here, tell you where we are. We take the world, you know. You have to know the music and we take everything everywhere we're going now. Simple. When Chris Blackwell I deal with Bob Marley back in my time, a different time, a friend of mine look with me. Different talk I tell you about now. Back in them time, they with me there's not chat to Chris. We just in our car and I show him the monkey face. Yeah, the monkey face monkey face carry this through the world. So. Yeah, because we have it. You have to know. We have it. We not left it no time at all because star time. When we move at star time.
Mm-hmm.
So we move out of Jamaica with this as a movement. So when we drop in any city and soldier land, we not land to come look work. Because we are Rasta. We either go create our own job by any means necessary.
Mm-hmm.
That's how the thing is. It play out wherever we go. Right? Now, for example then, you see, there is rules. There is rules everywhere you go. But remember, say, Rasta never fall in a no guy rule. No guy never deal with Rasta for find out where the Rasta man want. Say, I know nobody no deal with Rasta for find out where we really want. Because when we did want 50 or 70 years ago, them demands a change. So man want different thing now. And every man want go Africa now. And every man that want go Africa, they need I know. But the kind of force with Henry let off this time with US backing. So you see, these are the things them that we have to know when we are tried. How you see me tried. And me know who give help when we forget help from wherever I stand. Where most Rasta run from, and where Garvey they tell we, Garvey, so you have to balance the teaching them where you get to know. Garvey they don't show we say anywhere we're there. We join it, join organization, join things. The spook that sat by the door did also show I that. Yeah. Oh, for spooks them. Because spooks, we are spooks them right now, you know, you have to know that kind of fear. See what I there?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why Kojo did make you be who you is from that time. So at some stage you come connect with I. Because the work must go on. You know who me want to come to the classroom, yeah? Because Tariq and Jason. Yeah, because you see, them need to make the black connection. And for them to make the black connection, them have to have. I don't think that yes, you're my brother, so you want to learn something. Because with this knowledge, I hope to accomplish back the blackness. We can't say, we can't have America say black, a group of Americans say black, while we are say we multi. That's the problem. That's the problem. You over? So
yeah,
I know hear you push that. So that is where me know say, and I sing. So if I sing, and I don't know say, I am the Nation of Islam. Enough group me know me sing with because me actually participate. Enough of my brethren them were a Rasta. Yeah. Put in work with the nation. Yeah. My name also is Ahmed. In terms of when we function, because when we function, you don't know, you know how it programmed on the ground. It was impossible for me. It's impossible for me that Chicago and come live on your block and you pass me every day. I'm not saying, Grandma Steve, come in, man, I want to go. And ground. And when we go ground, I am going to show I because the eyes American youth. And I don't know how culture that I have you. I can tell you how culture that I have you. Culture have you as a little American sprinter where anything you want when can plug you on the American side of things. While you know I learn from him. So that is part of I treading when we tread. There is people that wherever I go, there's people that you first recognize people and you recognize where you and people have in common. If you're not a guy you don't have nothing in common, then you just don't have nothing in common. It's a simple. So, so you knowing what you know now should be able to utilize it. And that's why I have to give it to you. How could I give it to you? Because if we can't continue not giving the youth them the fullness of the whole program. Because the biggest thing right now amongst us as black people is that our youth left to grow themselves. Especially man, we're in the field. Because we get captured all over, you know. This thing was about nation building. You see, after every man start hustle, because I tell you, say, everybody turn it in our business.
Right.
Everybody turn it in our business. The church is a business.
That's right.
So everybody know join different thing of it. So vanguard and soldiers left by themselves. You have
That's
people,
right.
you have people here when them depend to and me and them security, but if me touch Jamaica, them now me come near them.
Mm.
So the game play, you over. Nobody no real again. People go deal with you as and when them can use you. And it's that's what that kind of culture and attitude them is coming out with now.
That's right.
My generation come out with a different kind of black love. So anyway, we drop a black love we have for our brother and our sister until that brother and the sister show us that them not really deserve that love there.
That's right. Now, tell me something. What was your experience like in Zimbabwe and South Africa?
All right. If me tell you how me reach Zimbabwe, you wouldn't even know. So me I gonna tell you. But me tell you already some I'm from Attica, right? So Africa. I meet a youth while I down. And the youth that tell I about Zimbabwe. Because remember say Zimbabwe free when me there, Ellen. Yeah, me not depend that word. Right. So me a hear say Zimbabwe free. And I think me have a brethren. Because I say in the belly of the beast. Our love back at them time there. Me still have my number and name right now. That's that loyalty. That loyalty. Because the US know what it do, you know. The US know what it do. Yeah, so when a day I know I talk like we don't know what the US do. To us, yeah. This piece of my little bread, you know, where I talk about me I sell out. Yeah. The US know what it do to I and I. Rasta vanguard. Rasta man where never fear them in a no form or fashion. Yeah, my generation, I tell you, my generation, the tech. I want some people know how we angle anywhere we go. When we touch on the ground there. One, we not leave gun. We not leave gun, no time at all. Right. And our gun bust by any guy. I tell you about my generation, our gun bust by any guy. White, black, pink, green, any color. So that? So with that now, our approach, there is no fear. The whole thing is who you nice first. Now, talking about the system now, because we're not talking on the ground, we're talking about, the ground wasn't a problem to we. If you go into the history, you know the ground was never a problem to we. No part in America on the ground was a problem to we. And we lick the most cock. My team. Hey, our history. We don't even want to talk revolution. Because we take it different. You understand?
Yeah.
In my team, I want more Jason and Terry know this. So my team, they take the US on a different level. Anywhere with that, them call the SWAT and the SWAT stay a mile away and talk and plan strategy. We're talking back in the days. And I like now the news computer and things. They know if they anywhere with them have to approach that cautious. See? Them learn now different, but me, it's the people have to know now, say me I talk 46, 47 years ago. You know, the history. I'm proud of that history there. Yeah. So I don't want no guy come talk like we never come put in a work. Monks, my brother and sister them. Yeah.
That's right.
And my brethren them know. So we not for going at the depths so we did link. A blackness we did say. We that say blackness before we leave Jamaica. So when we come America and realize that America black on a different level. At one stage, all guns down. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, what a lot of them don't know is that Jamaicans that came up is what really brought Africa to America as far as on the mainstream. We was dealing with black is beautiful, but it's Rasta that came here that brought Garvey, Africa, and that whole mentality. That was a major part. So I don't know why, Jamaicans got to get a lot of respect for what they brought to the United States. Didn't nobody have no red, gold, and green on or nothing like that till Rasta came up here from Jamaica.
You see,
I never heard of Marcus Garvey or Haile Selassie till I started hanging with some Rastas. That's all facts.
Hey, listen to this, Pharaoh. And I know what I go through in the state. And I never sit up. And I have to speak to me and my brother them now. I said it earlier, so I'm going to say it again. And I know of George Jackson way before and Jonathan and the whole history. And I know of Ashata, Shakur, Sundance, Jeremiah. We know all about these soldiers because we were always seeing ourselves as soldiers, my generation. And we were always in line with what's going on in the US. So the US history was like, the only difference between the US and Jamaica is that we're not a state,
Right.
That's the only difference,
Right.
There was a time where a one radio station, a radio future in Jamaica, and it linked into the US.
Right.
You have to know now, at one stage, cheap labor for the US come out of Jamaica. You see, everything for Motown, Jamaica is present, Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Well, I'm telling you now, if you know these things. Some guys come tell us some different things, but then I know.
Now, I tell you something. You brought up Tariq, the beef between African Americans and Caribbeans and Africans. The fact of the matter is that the real reason that there was so much negativity coming from Africans and people from the Caribbean to African Americans had nothing to do with adults. It had everything to do with the children.
Yeah, but you see,
some of my brethren are young Rastas that had to go to school. The African American kids would tease them, would call them all type of name, banana boat man, African booty scratcher, and all that. So the children go home to the parents, tell the parents that the kids is teasing them, and that has a lot to do with the thing because, I was with a lot of young Jamaicans. I played in a reggae band, and the little brothers went to school. The older brothers had no problem, but the babies at the school, they had lots of problems going to African American school because we like to signify and we like to laugh at people and tell jokes. Well, I mean, if I'm from Jamaica and you joking on me, I ain't gonna take it like joking on another American because I'm in a strange land. So a lot of this come from the youth. What you think?
You see, sometimes we can overthink things, because when we hear that kind of reasoning, my head go back to when me first step foot in the US.
Mm-hmm.
So I just can't talk from now my first impression and my experience of interlinking.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of difference between
Mm-hmm.
I and I.
Mm-hmm.
But the difference is balance.
Right.
And it's you have to have that balance. So
Right.
if me come into American brother,
Right.
then the balance will be there instant.
Right.
Because either I
But
like
now,
you, I don't like you.
how old were you when you came to America?
I think I was around 22.
Now, if you would have been 10 years old,
Yeah.
you would have got a different experience.
Yeah, but no,
Yeah,
fear.
because you would have.
No fear.
If you
No
were 10
man,
years
fear.
old,
No man,
hey, if
fear.
you were
Easy no
10
man.
years
Easy
old
no fear.
and you
Easy
had to
no
go to the
fear. Easy no man. Easy with the talk, no man. Easy no man. Show you say if you easy with the talk, you know. But just care about the history again. Yeah?
right?
You ever see a picture with Bob Marley and Early Bird?
I might have seen it, but I probably didn't know who Early Bird was.
All right. And his last deathbed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? I think that picture they come out in a Jet magazine. When that a part of my archive will get destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
But from Bob last deathbed, Bird and Bob.
Oh,
No,
yeah. That was a picture he got a lot of criticism for. They were saying
no
it was a
man,
bunch
no,
of drugs.
not that one yet. No, come to that one.
Mm-hmm.
That picture, Bird is Zeke's little brother.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to understand now, both Bird, Beffy, Cisco, and
Mm-hmm.
Zeke, they all went to school in the US.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. They didn't have that experience. And them are Rasta.
Okay.
So what I'm showing you now, that difference that you're talking about, it's
Mm-hmm.
not on the level. It's the root of Rasta and America was always seen as one.
Mm-hmm.
Because my brethren them have youths, my brethren them went to school in the US.
Right. But now here's the thing. This
Meaning
is
that,
very this is very important. That's
yeah,
a good point because if you come to Jamaica from Jamaica and you go to Florida or you go to New York, you're going to get a different experience because those cities are multicultural. But if you come to Chicago or Detroit, it's not that many immigrants here. And
right.
so my Jamaican brethren get one experience in New York, a different experience in Miami, and a whole different experience in Chicago because there's not a lot of Caribbean people. By the time you come to New York in those days, Caribbean people already run New York, right? By the time you get there, because they've been coming there a long time because it's on the coast. And so when I played with a reggae band, the younger brothers came from school and they was miserable because here in Chicago it wasn't so international like it is in New York. So that has a lot to do with it. And I noticed when I travel, different rosters that lived in different cities in America acted a little different because of their experience. Chicago is not too international, so they catch hell in Detroit, Chicago, St. Louis. If you came here in the 80s with your children, they call hell.
Yeah, but listen off here.
Mm-hmm.
Enough of these things don't change.
Mm-hmm.
And those things exist in all these foreign lands. Here in
Mm-hmm.
England, it's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But what you have to realize, in my generation,
Mm-hmm.
we took Jamaica wherever we going. We're not leave it
Mm-hmm.
enough.
Right.
So you have Jamaica where Jamaican where your family and my family wouldn't go at
Mm-hmm.
Lagada for the same block.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking now, we start from a blackness.
Mm-hmm.
Because my generation, as I tell you before, we interact with people through them blackness.
Mm-hmm.
That because at the time it was say it loud, black and proud wherever you go. So
That's right.
just to give you a little link. You see before South Africa free,
Mm-hmm.
America sending 10,000 student union monitors, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
to monitor the routine after election. And if I'm not lying, I think over 2,000 of those monitors was in
Mm.
South Africa and that trip.
Now, what was your experience like in Africa? What was it like with the people? Did you have to do with a lot of tribalism, or what was the vibes like?
All right, we here we are going to Zimbabwe. When when me land at Zimbabwe, before I go to Zimbabwe, when me touch Jamrock, me have my African mindset
Mm-hmm.
is on a different level because
Right.
after so many years and the things them that you know now. So the
Mm-hmm.
first thing me did know say, I can't fire no shot from no black man again.
Mm-hmm.
I did know that. First thing me tell myself say when I come a road and a man put a gun on me and I go feel it. Cause him don't know the power of a gun. So that was a discipline you have to live with now. So if you live
Mm-hmm.
with that discipline, because you have to know at one stage, the mindset was that leave captive, touch back jam one, and deal with it now from jam one angle.
Mm-hmm.
That was the mindset.
Mm-hmm.
When I reached jam one, them time that the old man still there, a Scotch part, but
Mm-hmm.
he wasn't a priest then. Bongo time was the priest.
Now, when you say the old man, who are you talking about? Because these young people don't know who
Martin
you're talking about.
Planner.
There you go.
Martin Planner.
Right.
He was at Scotch part at the time. But he wasn't the
Mm-hmm.
priest because he was never a priest. He was
Mm-hmm.
always the political advisor.
That's right.
Yeah, he was never a priest. So my presence for 2 weeks at the Bingi was my interaction was strictly between the Lions Den and the Old Man Camp and the Fire Keep.
Mm-hmm.
I no go up under the tabernacle no time at all. In the Lions Den is where the man them is. You go and they got all a reasoning with some brethren.
So who
And
was the Lions Den? Who was that?
the Lions Den is where the man, because at the Bingi camp,
Mm-hmm.
you have the female quarters and the Lions Den.
Okay, gotcha.
In any Rasta organization, you're going to
Right.
have female quarters,
And
Lions
the
Den.
Lions. Mm-hmm.
And then you have to work out or you have to work out your affair. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like let me tell you something. No, it's a serious thing. One of the turn off for I
Mm-hmm.
not being a bubble was the lion then and the lady squat or something. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
man. My brother used to I go up a Bubba Hill. And I used to have a little joke to tell him, yeah, man, go and go sleep with a friend them. Because that's how strict up there used to be. Was like it was like living like a monk.
Mm-hmm.
That was part of the liberty. So you was not there living like no family. Yeah, you're
Mm-hmm.
living as a bigger family. But the
Mm-hmm.
daughters them over there and the lions them over the other side in most Rasta camp. So now certain liberty, because that sound like we gone back on all a plantation, living like that.
Mm-hmm.
So the man them take that liberty and carry it in Africa too, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to know the serious conflict where with it inner and some man carry it to Africa. Because when me reach Zimbabwe, me land in a Orari. Orari is where a place them called waterfalls. The waterfalls, want me get some water.
All right. I'm gonna have to talk to him for 10 hours because he's full of information. I'm telling you, we're gonna have to have a bunch of interviews with him because he's a walking his story, a walking history book. Hey man, you're a walking history book. And so we're gonna have to.
Yeah, waterfalls is a land space where them say given to Bob Marley by McGarvey.
Mm,
It function, you know, say, like a smaller Shasha Marley.
mm-hmm,
At the time, if you leave, if you reach the airport of Zimbabwe, the custom or the immigration would direct you to go to waterfall.
mm,
So it's like you're up on a plantation movement till you know you're reaching
mm,
up. Yeah. And I'm gonna direct you to your corner where you belong.
mm,
Uh,
mm, mm.
it a hit me like me in the prison yard.
Wow.
Yeah. So Africa treat me, you know, like me in the prison yard. Yeah.
Mm,
So now, when you go to waterfall, I'm on my ears now like me the article still. It's a certain vibration. It's vibration. So I'm on a let off theme vibration like to them African, they don't trust them. You know. Same thing when I experience. Same thing when I experience in America. Me
mm,
experience, me experience that amongst my people
mm,
while me was in Zimbabwe. Yeah.
mm,
Can you imagine what me I say to you now? So
mm,
they must say
mm.
a lie when I tell. So that they must say a lie when I tell and they do go a certain way. But I am here now to show you say that type of behavior is like a normal behavior
Mm-hmm.
amongst us. And me I
So
say,
when a lot of brethren from Jamaica told you don't deal with the Africans.
them tell me don't deal with the African them.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man, pan the camp when me there, the man them tell me, say, me not fi mingle and mix with the African them and the Africa with them. How that work?
Mm,
How that work?
mm,
And that the man them tell me.
mm,
So now me being who me is, cause when me look on them man I know, them man I look like them want, them there's not no style. That me I tell
mm,
you now. Them
mm,
not have
mm,
no
mm.
style, them not have nothing. Them just come home and dip on a farm like tourists. And we group up on a farm and it's like a man just go and live off of you till your money done.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm, mm.
So me now being who me is now, first day me land on the camp, me tell myself in a day. But ask me name.
Mm, mm,
And
mm.
because me go in Africa, I have to know now. Me go in Africa, a sound engineer out of Big Shoes Studer. You know who own Big Shoes Studer?
Who?
Lego Beast.
Mm,
You know, when I big youth, the whole of them, you know, it's when you know, everybody silent. You think
mm,
them just silent sake, so?
mm,
The whole Jamaica who is Jaboni, badass. So we go on mission. So I come out and from Ethica straight to Africa. Mission.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, mission we go on. Remember I tell you, say, it's planner. South Africa send me to go for planner, you know. That's what I did
Mm-hmm.
up the line, I did left, you know. And when me go for planner there, up at you double hey. Why you think and me introduce planner on a level because forget what the Rasta man name. And when I come to this country, I left things here, I left things there for safekeeping. Some people hold on things. You know, so you just my story. So wow, I never I plan my story. I am my story. Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
I have to plan it. I have to take the picture side of nobody for sure to me is the man. That's why I'm the
You're right.
man. I'm a smoke the whole of them. So me the studies. Me read spoke things 6 times throughout my 15 years.
Mm,
And every time we get the spare time and them say what you want to watch is spook. So you
mm,
know say we penetrate system
mm,
high and low. Yeah, my generation. That is how we
mm.
protect the world. We not just, you understand? It's a different level. Once is
Okay.
one eye and you can't switch it on.
Now here's the thing. Okay, so now you're in England.
Yeah.
What's the vibe like there in England with black people? How are they doing? What's the racism situation? What's going on in England?
All right. Remember, say the art of Babylon. England. There's no difference from the between the mentality of the English people, whether black or white. You have to know that.
Mm, mm, mm,
You have to know that. That's why Jamaica is champion again on that level. So
mm,
you can't get whiter than we. You can't get blacker than we. If you deal
mm,
with a real Jamaican. And that's a nutshell. It's a simple. That's the attitude. So you see,
mm,
because that is the attitude now, England was penetrated way before America.
right.
England was penetrated before. So when it comes to our history solid more in the Americas than in Britain.
Mm,
Because our people mentality is we are one and the same.
mm,
And that's something that me master too. So you have to
Mm-hmm.
be real about it. Because
Right.
remember, so we don't know nothing. When I Jabone born, a British birth certificate and put for me, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We was a
Now,
colony. Yeah.
if you had black people all over the world listening to you right now,
Yeah.
all in Africa, all in South America, all over the Caribbean, all in the United States, Canada, what could you say to us so we can get our shit together from the general? Like, get our shit together, burn us out, whatever you got to do. What do we do?
Listen,
What
listen,
do black do?
listen, Pharaoh. Let me tell you something now. I have watched this thing, the nation, the Rastafari nation. I've watched it. I've lived it. And the first, this, this breaking down of us and them and the division, I think or it start and it have penetrate us. I use the word us. So there's no division there. It have penetrate us. That I think knowing what I know about where we are today in the world
Mm-hmm.
as black people,
Mm-hmm.
I think if we deal with the problem that as it exists today, facing what we exist,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I can say much that haven't been said before. I don't think we want a unity.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want a unity. No unity not going to help we right now.
Mm-hmm.
Multiculturalism not going to help we neither.
Mm.
1 minute. I'm going to go for a book come show you.
All right.
That book there, 1 minute.
All right. You know, this brother, I'm born in 1958. This brother's born in 1954. So I'm always interested in listening to people that have been here longer and to get their perspective and to get what they have to say. So I find this very interesting myself um, to get this information from somebody else's perspective and somebody that's been here longer than I have. So I find this is very valuable information right here. This is a godsend. Like when you get in like this and interviews like this that you can save that other people could watch, it's invaluable. You know, you can't put no price on this, what you're hearing right here today. You know? And so you're getting to see me, my elder.
Sarah, the book
Yeah,
I'm looking for is in the next library, yeah?
that's all right, because listen, that's all right, because you got so much information. I'm gonna have to interview you 10 times because the people got to hear this information. And I'm just telling them out of respect, I'm not born to 1958. You're born in 1954, which means when you're 10 years old, I don't know nothing.
Yep.
So we have to listen to people because they have the experience. You have an experience I don't have because you got that age on me. You can see things that was different by the time. What you've seen at 15 is different than what I'm gonna see when I get 15. So this is invaluable. Hey, if I was over there in England, you would have to lock your door because I would be knocking on your door and sitting up listening to you for hours.
I would be on your doors too, Farah. I'll be on
Yeah,
Jason's
but
door too. Because you see,
yeah,
that's where you find knowledge. Each one teach one. And
yeah,
and the whole thing to the question that you asked, what I can do, or what I could say that would change or bring us closer. I think,
or us, or discipline us, which burn us out if you have to. But what would you say to us, whatever it is?
well, listen, this is not a burnout thing. So, no.
Just joking.
Yeah, no, but you see, the problem that exists between us today, we were addressing it just now while we were in Africa. So make take it forward to Zimbabwe. Because what I had was to do, because remember say repart yet, you know.
Right.
Me never reparted love, me reparted yet. Yeah. So me never go there now like me go for look my friend. Me tell you kind of mindset me go in Africa with. The mindset when I'm going to Africa with is Garvey did said, we do not want all the niggas in Africa. Some is no good here, and obviously will be no good there. The no good nigga will wither and perish in 50 years naturally and leave the path clear for I and I who know that whatsoever others have done, we can do greater. You see, from the angle, me take on everything, you know. Yeah, so me take on all Garvey himself too, you know. That's the ambition that me have. And me put foot in Africa. Something Garvey never done. When me put foot in Africa, me dash way. That. I'm done with the West.
Hey, and his 50 years is up, so the niggas is still here.
Yeah. So you have to see the mindset now, you know.
Yeah.
I say, watch your mindset, you know. Watch the mindset, how me did go in. Watch the mindset, how me come out after 15 years. Watch the mindset for me younger brethren when me and him at the same age. He went in and come out 15 years after and produce death row. To the link? Right. Watch me again. How me leave, how me go in, how me come out. Where me end up.
Right. Now, you said each one teach one. But I want these young people to understand is, but you can't teach a history you did not see.
Right.
And this is why you have to have the advantage. And I'm trying to get young people to understand when somebody's older than you, it ain't just about teaching. They have an experience before you was here. And this is invaluable. This is priceless. Like, I didn't get to see all of that. I wasn't even born. So it's not that you're just teaching us, you are informing us of real historical facts that we were too young to see. And that's why you've got to be on a higher level. That's just how I look at it. Somebody's older than me is on a higher level when it comes to passing down the history. What was it like? What was things like? And so you got to write a book, bro. That's a whole nother thing.
Well, Pharaoh, with all due respect, yeah?
Yeah.
We don't write books.
I forgot.
Yeah, we don't write books.
Yeah, well,
no.
that history goes on And a lot of people don't have that history because you got Rasta history from a baby. So I wish it could be documented. That's all I'm saying. That Rasta history, being in Jamaica at that time, and actually being somebody that was there when his master was on the plane, that is invaluable.
Pharaoh, the world have changed now, man. We don't write books no more, man. We can't write the book again, man. But then I read Pharaoh.
I feel you.
So you, right now, you should take the opportunity now and let us set it now where it is locked. You see me tell you something, how me start study history.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? I'm going to study history on 3 levels.
Mm-hmm.
The world so-called Egyptian is a man
Mm-hmm.
named W.S. William Burge from England here. He
Mm-hmm.
is the highest authority in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell you how I know it. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Bendis Juris Yakoman. No. Sheikh Antidiop and
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Benjamin.
Mm-hmm.
Ivan Sir Martin. They lock the black world when I did a study. So
Mm-hmm.
them is who I study.
Right.
Obviously, I read, I know of all other scholars, but I'm not sure when I go study because most of your, not you, but the
Mm-hmm.
generation under scholars like
Mm-hmm.
who me say use them all the while, I soon tell you. But your scholars them as them is today, they all cite who me study.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yes, so me know me and them in a same class. Them can't come partner style from.
Right.
So I'm gonna take on everyday conversation when it comes to if you're citing these 4 people that me mentioned just now, them I know say you may not have to listen too much to you because you're gonna tell me something from a different angle.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're not tell me nothing new, so you know grab my
Exactly.
attention.
Exactly.
See? So
I agree.
why me listen to the I Tariq, um, Black Authority, Professor Black Truth. I listen to the I them. Kevin the whole out now. Dr. Omar. Omar can't tell me nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean I say it in a not disrespectful way, cause I think on this program that I have a program before, it make a good talk. So some of the man them will only be talking.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to give respect for the talkers.
Mm-hmm.
And the talkers must respect the actual thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I listen to how you speak, and I'm in sync with 95% of what you say. When I have to go around
Mm-hmm.
the thing and try to make argument, the argument fair.
Mm-hmm.
You say some serious thing. And that's what I'm telling you about. I'm in Africa now. Me in South Africa, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
South Africa, as far as I know, is one of the most beautiful African countries, land space wise. South Africa. But in Johannesburg is what New York City is to the west.
Mm.
Yeah, Johannesburg, Johannesburg is what New York City is in the west.
Interesting.
Yeah, you have to know these links. So if you see a lot of fly movie coming out of South Africa, It's real. Trust me. Just like when I watch Hell Up in Harlem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, same level.
Mm-hmm.
Real level top. See? So you have to know when I tell us I'm in South Africa now. Me in the ice building in Africa. In them I live in the penthouse. And South Africa is a place where you go in at compare now Chicago, not even Chicago, New York to Johannesburg. So in Johannesburg you have all who can make it to the West. Example, the US, Canada, or England. Talking about in Africa now. I remember say all these places that I named, they are English speaking places.
Mm.
So these are the places, those countries have special choice and desire to get to these countries because language is always a barrier.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So Johannesburg population is like New York City population with inter-Africans.
Right.
You hear me say it while? Inter-Africans.
A lot of different Africans are there.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I know nothing from going on elevator with 20 people in the elevator and it's 20 different parts of Africa them come from.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
And in the elevator, everybody's like this.
Mm.
And in that elevator, I just want to say, wow, no, open the mouth. Don't come read and see the elevator. I said that to them, just like you do on the bus.
Mm-hmm.
Force them to start talk.
Mm-hmm.
The misconception of Rasta have the serious effect on the South African people them
Mm.
more than
Mm.
anyone else now.
Mm.
It have weakened them,
Mm.
Rasta,
Why you say that?
because we have over close to 4 million Rasta here and in South Africa, and they're all of the church called orders of different thinking pattern and belief pattern. So I hear
Mm.
you speak. This little youth I couldn't reach out to I because I look to the right. I'm a look, you see, right and left, not stand for dominant. And I hear
Mm.
you say it. It is the most evil place to go right now.
Mm.
And I can tell you about that experience from a revolutionary point of view.
Mm.
South Africa, like anywhere else in that region, it's no different in terms I and I. It's a it's 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 a level where you see multiculturalism
Mm-hmm.
in those places is what is used to keep it under captivity.
Mm.
So you have it's like multiculturalism now is the extension of I and I because
Mm.
multicultural now is extincting I and I,
Mm.
pushing us forward
Mm.
because what Tyree and Jason and other people is looking at is not what other black people is looking at, i.e., the issue now.
Mm-hmm.
African now looking on itself.
Mm-hmm.
African keep a look out. African even start going left Africa and go live at Jamaica.
Mm.
It is beneficial for them now. Jamaica now one place, if you got Jamaica right now, you go look, Pharaoh, you will see that it already been taken over.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
And the people, the few that have anything is living in isolation.
Mm.
And most Jamaicans today from my generation
Mm.
find it more easier to live off the island.
Mm.
You see that?
Wow.
Rastafari as a movement, the people have accomplished so much, but they didn't know what in the first place. They didn't know why this movement was built, why it was set, purpose and objective, because we were just living, treating society how we wanted to be treated.
Mm-hmm.
So there was nothing for us to write down or lay down because we just know say we don't believe in a no system to our sovereignty.
Mm-hmm.
That is the level where we did character.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's one of us or two of us or six of us or the family, that's what it was supposed to be. That's that's why I tell us I always get captured because my mindset don't function in the level that I'm governed by Babylon law wherever.
Mm-hmm.
So when the question where they ask me is how it was when I came here in England. England being the place that it is, you have to know now that England have never let its people go.
Mm.
So you have that double drop back to shift from Jamaica to England. It's more
Mm.
difficult to go to Africa. Most people now let go with them know.
Mm.
That's a serious problem. Most people not letting go with them know. And there is no way you can take up yourself and go Africa
Mm.
and just go live. You can take yourself up and you can go to America and you can go and live. You can do that wherever you want here in the West. It's and it's very easy. It's quite difficult to do these things in Africa,
Mm.
especially if you come into it from a church point of view or perspective.
Mm.
It's just simple as that. If you go into it, you know, the only person who ever tell me that an African is a white man.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's a
So
white.
the Africans, so in Africa, the Africans didn't consider you an African.
No man,
Wow.
you say it already, man. It's African, African. It's us, us. It's
Mm.
recognizable wherever we go in the world.
Mm.
Yeah, you have to know that now. We are the only species of man that wherever we go, in the world today. You know, people have to just take a second look. It
Mm-hmm.
just that is just something from my generation and for me is like a natural thing. That's something that me inherit. In any building I step in, I'm gonna get the wall back from my youth till now. Any building.
Because I've seen you in a lot of videos that say that Africa didn't call you an African, didn't treat you like an African.
Right.
Why you?
Like everything else, you have those. You see, let me show you. A lot of people go to Africa and them come forward and them romatize the trip and the visit. I was living
Mm,
there. I was living there. And you hear I say that, but I say a lot more too. I didn't
mm-hmm,
go there looking for a culture.
mm-hmm.
I didn't go to Africa looking for anything. You know, I'm just like any other man.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you something, I'm going there with a mindset. I went there with a mindset and the works of Cecil Rhodes, um, and all these great men, Ian Smith, and these men that have devastated these regions.
Mm,
That's the mindset that I have that if these men could have done that, me supposed to can do greater. That's the
mm,
mindset. So that's my mindset. Me never go there to build up nothing.
mm-hmm,
Me not have that slave type of mentality that now going away to build up. Them allow these guys to come and take these things from them.
mm-hmm,
And the mindset that me have was to go back there and take back what belongs to us.
mm,
That way you not find in a no African leader or no. That's not amongst us.
mm,
All we're gonna do is talk and talk and talk what Malcolm did say and where Martin Luther did say and all these other people did say. When it is us now
mm,
to rise up and do what we were told.
mm,
So when me go in Africa, me realize I'm myself that go fight again like how me did go up na the thing. Come me have to go turn it now because the system set how it set us against them.
mm-hmm,
Nothing have changed wherever you go in the world today. Even though
mm,
them have tried to create that illusion
mm,
that oh we are all one and nice together. But the train issue of a Ukraine, it bring that to the forefront now that remember saying if you went forward to my videos them after pass. But in those videos, you remember I was I start off by telling the world that it is us and them. Because
that's right.
that is the upbringing. So this is before the train or Ukraine thing.
Mm-hmm,
Right. And when I start and talk that is us and them, people start thinking I'm being decisive and all these kind of things. It take what happened in Ukraine now to bring it home to them. Because, like I said, a lot of people is living in denial of themselves. So they are not, they, we're not going anywhere with these people, and we can't wait on these people. Hence, when I hear our brothers and sisters talk certain things about, oh, certain people behave when them come in the US with no respect. I can't understand it because it is a global thing.
Mm-hmm.
It exists right here in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
So I ain't have to even repeat these things. I just endorse what I hear
Mm-hmm.
and share them with the people that I think should know about these things. Because when I tell a youth that there's a shift, them ask me why. Them can't understand because them not sick. I see the shift. There's a big shift going on. But there is a shift that we are taking lightly. And that shift is what is going on amongst us now, brothers and sisters of the Americas. We cannot go shift now and then split again. Oh, that makes sense. When that we are accused, that we are accused the African for not doing. So if we are going to ask the African them to step up to the plate now, we have to step up amongst ourselves and seal that so Africa can say we ready amongst ourselves. And it's time for you now to open the gate. We don't have to tell them what to do or how to do it. As I say, when we are moving, we're moving as an army. That's right there. And if you don't have the mindset, then you have to go sit down. Yes, it's simple as that. And that's right there now. We not talk about no unity with no guy around here. We supposed to know we supposed to be one black family around here. Waiting now and keep demanding what we're supposed to get. So when Africa said, come home, we're ready to go, as you say, as an army. That means that when we go, when we are going in, they will come out. Because we are going well strong. And that's it there now. If they want to spell it out. Without unity around us, so, then we're not ready for nothing yet. So everything around here have to get themselves in preparation as one. That's right. There is no Jamaican, American, black, or Caribbean black around here. Yeah, tell them, Bridget. One people around here. And it's us. That's right. Some people will take with themselves and go back where them come from. Simple, they were visitors. Some people around here, them go forward where them it come from. And you can't start with me. And that's right there now. Hey, that's powerful, General. I'm gonna let you go. We're gonna have to do this again, but this is the best interview on Instagram. I'm gonna tell you straight up. You about to break the internet, Bridget. I'm honored. I'm honored. I couldn't wait to get this. I'm always the oldest person talking. So it was nice to have my elder on for a change. I really appreciate it, Bridget. Well, it was a pleasure because it's out there now. And iron sharpen iron. So you keep the fire blazing same way. And you're always welcome to knock an eye to get send me a link so I can send you some link so we can organize in the future. All right, blessed. I got you, bro. All right, salute. Salute.